Good afternoon. Hello, all. Coming from the garage as usual. So, today's rant. Oh my God, it's been a day, y'all. Um, Had to take care of some business uh, on the way on the other side of town. If anybody knows Tampa, it's like Houston. The drive is ridiculous when you have to go places. So, yeah, that was horrible. But needless to say, got it complete. Yay, me. Pat on the back. Um, Still dealing with a whole bunch of things. So let me start off by saying this, and not to any particular person, just my observation. People will never appreciate you the way that they appreciate them. And everybody feels like nobody appreciates them. Some people don't get appreciation. Some people do. It just comes in various forms from different people. Everybody is not going to be the way you want them to be when you want them to be. You just got to take the good with the bad. Now, if somebody is really not appreciating you, really disrespecting you, let that crap go. Don't feel bad. Let it go. And I say that to say this. As a parent, I realized that a lot of things that I thought about my parents growing up wasn't so. I never thought that my parents were the age that I was. And it's really a revelation. This when you become a grown up. When you realize that at certain ages, your parents were young parents. They didn't have it all together. They didn't know what they were doing. They were trying to figure it out just like you are. So you got to give people grace. You got to give. I always say that when I look at my kids and they're in their 30s and they have kids and they don't do everything right. And as a parent, you try to aid them, but they don't listen because we don't listen to it. I didn't listen to my parents. Thought they was doing everything wrong, and my kids are pretty much the same way. I ain't saying they think I do everything wrong because that would be unfair to them, but yeah, they're gonna do it the way they want to do it. When it comes to raising their kids, when it comes to their finances, when it comes to everything, you try to give them the forewarning, but they're not gonna listen. They gotta scrape, as my one of my friends used to say, scrape their knees, get up and put some Bactine on it, and put a Band-Aid on it. Um, yeah, that's basically it. The only thing that I will say is that I feel like I'm doing better than, not better financially or whatever, that's not even the topic, but just how I treat my children. My parents were from the old school that believed once you turn 18, you got out the house and you went and got it in the mud. I am a different parent. I see a lot of people that are different parents. And I can't blame the economy. I can say, it's different stuff. But I'm just a different parent. I love my kids and I want them to be successful. And if I can aid them, I will try to aid them. But at the same time, I don't want them to not be adults. I don't want them to be kids. I want them, if they're working, to contribute. If they're if they're, whatever they're doing. Because one thing about it, I don't have that household that says, oh, everybody got to be in here at 12. Till this day, I am 58 years old, and I know that if I go to my mom's house, that I have to be in the door by 12 o'clock. That's crazy. But it's her rules. I'm used to it, so I do it. But I don't do that to my children because I wanted to be a different parent. But I just want some input on parents out there. How do you feel about how you're raising your kids, and do you think there are things that you could take from the old school parents that probably would be better and help you? I'm trying to still navigate that because there's some things that my parents told me that, yeah, I think it probably would have helped, but it's some other things that I think were absolute trash. I have a sibling right now who doesn't implement corporal punishment on the kids. He won't whoop it. He won't spank them. He won't do none of that stuff. But I feel like this. Even if you don't do that, getting in their face and yelling, and I'm not saying that he's doing that because I don't know, but even getting in their face and yelling at them, that kind of is like punishment. I don't want to act like I'm finna beat up my kids. Now, I am that old school parent. I'm going to tear that ass up if you get out of line. At least I used to be. But it wasn't like every day. You're getting spanked for dumb stuff like going in the refrigerator and leaving a cup on the sink and, not washing the dishes. I'm waking you up with whoopings for not what? No, I don't do all that. And they don't do that either. So thank God they don't. We're more the fussing people. But yeah, just checking in. Like I said, want to get some input. Want to know how you feel about navigating financials with your grown children, and how you feel like navigating their work ethics and stuff like that. How they treat their children. Do you feel like you can step in? Yeah. So reach on out to me, family. See you guys on the other side. Thank you for listening.